Tom, let's see the highlights of the level design changes in this update. What's new?
Right. So we're starting off with Stillwater BAYOU. There's two changes here that I wanted to highlight and show here that the team's been working on. The first one is going to be Alice Farm, mainly this river that we all know and love. And there's a little island now that you can see in the screenshot that is blocking the sideline there a little bit and gives you another option for maybe a quicker rotation to the other side. That's just something we thought would be nice with more often than not having issues maybe crossing this river there, and it's just another option.
Yeah, it will be
for the
much
play.
easier to cross because like it was always a problem or sometimes a problem when the team's sitting on the other side. So I think this is great. And we also have something from DARROW LIVESTOCK.
There's one change that I'm really excited about. Is mainly about this little side building here, this little barn you see. So we've given a bit more meaning to this building now with the roof access into that building from the roof. So you don't have to go down to get in. You can also drop down from the roof onto these hay bales that are now connected with the main boss pit. So let's say you're on the roof, you make a good kill, you can actually act on it now. You can jump down, jump over, do a little bit of a parkour, and it's a good way to really quickly get into the boss pit now.
Yeah, and we actually obviously have more changes for Stillwater BAYOU as well. We actually have a quite extensive list for all the maps, so make sure you will read the update notes when they are live for this update. But let's look at some of the highlights from LAWSON Delta, starting with Ironworks.
Yeah, starting with the smaller one first, but I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's been bugging us a bit that these two roofs aren't connected, so we changed it. They're connected now. You can basically now have a much easier time to rotate from this side building if you're using the roof onto the main building and make use of all the cool also new little holes, that are now partly open and just maybe give you more options when playing around that compound. So it's a bit of a smaller thing, but the next one is therefore a bit of a bigger rework.
Yeah, which is NICHOLLS Prison. So let's look at Prison.
Yeah. So first screenshot, you'll see we've added a bit more of the balconies outside to connect the two wings. So you don't have only that way through this middle tower. You have a bit more options to rotate and circle around.
Yeah, and we wanted to, as a side note, mention that the barrels are just like all the possible spawn, and like it won't be like all three at the same time. As a side note,
they just spawn anchors.
Yes. This is the other bigger change at Prison.
Yeah, this is a really nice change. So this east side gate building has been extended. We moved the HUD a bit, basically just looking at this entire approach to the prison and just cleaning that backside area up a lot. And I think that's going to play really well. Yeah, you'll see it on the test server. And the next change is going to show a little peek of what we also did inside the prison. There's a lot of improvements to readability. If you pay attention to the staircase in this before and after, we closed a lot of these staircases, denoise everything a little bit, make sure it's more readable what is accessible and what isn't, just so that you have cleaner corridors, cleaner corners, and just overall a bit more readability inside the prison as well.
That's awesome, and there's obviously more changes to the prison even that we haven't shown, so please explore them on the test servers, and there's a lot of new stuff to explore, so I've seen them all, so really cool stuff. And let's talk about the new spawn points as well, Tom.
We've added new spawn points, and we're not gonna go through all of that here. We want to keep it to the highlights, but we've added new spawn points like we did with Dezal already for the last patch. We did the same. We gave the same treatment now to LAWSON Delta and Stillwater BAYOU. To look at my cheat sheet actually. So we gave that same treatment and added new spawn points. You'll see them. We don't want to spoil that here. And also on Dezal, we've had mainly readability improvements for a lot of the compounds. There's going to be a very extensive list of things that we patched and reworked in the patch notes to come soon. And but those were the highlights for sure.
Yeah,
hope you
it's gonna
like
be
it.
fun to just like spawn into new spawn point anyway. So it's we didn't want to spoil everything for that, but there's new spawn points in the other maps as well now. And thank you, Tom, for the quick overview. Again, please
Yeah, no problem.
refer back to the patch notes. I think there's actually like a very long list of all kinds of changes for level design. So please check that out and also play the test server to find them. And thank you again, Tom.